Hi, good morning all.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. So previous class we were discussing about DML comments over there, right? So what is the full form of DML and what are the comments under DML?
Data manipulation
manipulation.
language.
Data manipulation language, yes. And what are the comments under DML?
Insert, update,
Insert, update,
delete,
delete,
Merge.
merge. So merge we didn't discuss. So merge is a separate topic. So we will discuss later. Okay. So we came across this insert options. So if you want to add new records into the table, so where we use this insert command over there, right? So if you want to update one particular, for example, in my EMP table, I want to update one particular employee numbers, whoever is containing the employee number, like 7,000. Example only I'm telling, okay? So where he is having the salary, already is having the salary like 1,000. So how we can update using update command? Employee number is 7,000. Okay, so already is having a salary like 1,000, but I need to update the salary like 500 over there. I want to increase his salary. So how we can write the
Yeah, we have to update and we have to mention the table name and set
update?
sal equal to salary plus whatever the figure we have to increase.
Yeah, increase, yes.
And where
Under the
in the
where
where condition we
yes,
have to mention that employee number.
employee number, exactly. So that is the syntax we are going to follow, right? So when we are using this update. So next we are having the next comment like it is a delete over here. So what do you mean by this delete command over here? So
To delete one row, single row, we
delete a
use the
single
delete.
row. Yes, delete is used to remove the single row, and also it is used to delete the data in the table
Right.
over here. So we are having the syntax like delete from the table name over here. Okay. So delete from the table name. So this is the table name. Previously we created one table. Okay. So if you are using this delete command, delete from the table name. So what happens here? How I can expect the output? Whether all the records will be deleted or only one record will be deleted in this particular table. If it is
Only
having
one particular record, right?
only one particular record. So you didn't give any condition over there, right? If
The
you're not
entire
giving
will
any
be deleted.
condition,
Yeah.
entirely the
Mm.
table, the records will be deleted. So
Okay.
delete from the table name, right? So if you're going to give a condition, I want to delete one row. So we are writing a condition like delete from the table name where serial number is equals to 1. Only one particular row will be deleted when you're using this delete. Same way I want to delete not only one particular record, I want to delete multiple records over here. Selective records. So where I'm writing under the serial number, the condition over here. So where we're using this in operator. So when coming to the operators, we'll be learning about this operators over there. Okay. So whenever we're using according to our requirement, we are going to use these operators here. So as I told, if you're going to delete some records over here, so where we are using this in operator. So where serial number in 6, 7, 8 over here. So obviously what happens, those records will be deleted from your table. Okay. So now you'll be getting one idea about delete command and truncate command. So what is the difference you observed between delete and truncate?
Truncate it is deleting whole the
Overall, yes,
overall.
truncate will be deleted entire records over here. In
Entire
under the
record.
truncate command, you cannot specify, I want to delete only one particular row. We cannot give any condition over there. So entire table records will be
table.
deleted. Yes. So
Yeah,
when coming
whereas
to
in-
delete, where is delete?
only a single
Delete
row.
means
the
only one
condition, it will be
particular one.
deleted.
Yeah, you can delete specific records or all the records when we're using this delete from the table name. Okay, this is your first difference. Second
Yeah.
difference, truncate
And we
belongs
cannot
to
roll back the data in truncate.
yeah,
And
we cannot.
here we can roll
We
back
can
the
do
data.
yes, that is also a second
Yes,
point.
auto committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, truncate is auto committed and whereas in
Yeah,
delete
that is
it
clear,
not
right?
auto.
Trunk is auto committed. If you're going to use truncate and if you're going to give rollback, it will not give you the data over there. Okay. So third one, truncate, it is the DDL command. Delete, it is the DML command over there. Right. So these are the important differences. If you're going for the interview, first round, they'll be asking some basic questions. So these will be the basic questions over here. What is the difference between the truncate and delete? Recent days also, we are coming across these questions. Okay. So this is all about the DML last command, that is the delete over here. Okay, so I'm not going to execute, so you can execute this. Okay, so we'll go to the next command. So where we are having like it is a TCL over here. So recent days we came across this TCL. So these are the components of SQL. So under the components of SQL only we came across this DDL, DML. So this is TCL today. So TCL stands for the transaction control language over here. So TCL stands for the transaction control language here. Okay. So TCL transaction, it deals with the transaction over here. So transaction is nothing but the logical unit of work where we are going to use it the operation like insert, update, and delete over here. Okay. So TCL commands will be dealing with the transaction only. So within the transaction, all the TCL commands are valid. Same way, transaction is nothing but it is a set of DML operations with commit or rollback. That means a group of DML operations with commit or a group of DML operation with a rollback over here. So TCL it is going to deals with a transaction over here. A transaction can be a series or the comments or a single comment over here. So under this TCL, we are going to use these comments like it is the commit, rollback, and the save point over here. So where all we will use this transaction. So for example, when we are withdrawing the amount, when we are depositing the amount over here or checking the balance over here. Okay, so these are small examples here. So these TCL comments, that is a transaction control language over here, are used to cancel the previous transaction or to save the previous transactions over here. A transaction must be successfully completed or cancelled here. If a transaction is successfully completed, then we use this commit command. If a transaction is stopped in between, in middle due to some reasons over here, then we are going to use this rollback command over here, right? So under TCL, so these are the comments like it's a commit, rollback, and save point over here. So commit, we know commit command here. So it is a TCL command. It is used to make the changes permanent. So it means it is used to save the transactions over here when we are going to perform the insert or delete or the update operation here. It will be performed on the Oracle instance here. So to apply these changes only into our Oracle database permanently, we use this commit command. So after commit, we cannot use the rollback over here. So you would have seen the difference here, right? So we are having two types of commit over here. So one is implicit commit.
శ్రీ వెంకటేశ్వర అన్న మేము తీసుకున్నాం కదా అన్న.
Just a second.
ఆ,
So we are having two types of commits over here. So one is implicit, another one is explicit over here. So why we are telling like it is implicit here? So it is applied by the system implicitly, which is applied by the system. Explicit, which is applied by the user here. So implicit means you will be handling this word implicit. Implicit means which is applied by the system. Explicit means we the user, which is applied by the user here, right? So we'll go with a simple example. So in this example, so we all know when we are creating once we are creating a table, we are having two columns over here. One is this is the student table over here. So, okay, it is the serial number and the student name here. So first row, you can able to see we are going to add the first row. Then we are using this commit command. Again, we are adding two rows over here. And again, you are using this commit command over here. Okay. So next, again, you are using select star from the table name here. Again, you are adding another 3 rows here. So what happens in this case here? If you are going to check the table, you can able to see 3 records into the table. Okay, again you are adding 3 records here, but we didn't use this commit command. That means whatever we saved up to this 3 rows only we can able to see in our table over there, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, as it
That
is
is the
auto
concept, right? When we are using this commit, only that when we are using this TCL, that is the transaction control language, this TCL commit over there, comment here. So commit. So first row you are given, you saved. Again 2 rows you have given. Again you use this commit command. Again you are selecting the table. You can able to find 3 records. Again you are adding the 3 records. So you can able to add the 3 records. You can able to see, but permanently it will not make any changes. So to make the changes only we are using this commit command over here. Okay. Same thing, if you're going to check here, you can able to find only 3 rows over here. They are given down. Okay, so there with this only 3 rows you can able to find here. So another example, so where you're creating one table. So create table student, that is std30 over here. Just we have created one table only. Okay. So just to show. So this is the, what happens? This is the DDL. Create it is a DDL command which will be which will be stored into the database over here, right? So where is this? If you're not going to give commit command, it will not be stored this last 3 rows into the table. So just to observe the difference only, they are given this as the example over here, right? So we'll go to the next command, like it is the rollback here. So what do we mean by this rollback here? So when we are using this rollback command, it is used to cancel the previous transactions here. So rollback is applicable for DML statements only. Rollback is used, it is just opposite to commit here. So rollback will undo the DML operations that will perform on the database, which is not committed yet here, right? So rollback means it is used to cancel the previous transaction or previous actions here. It is applicable only in the DML operation like insert, update, and delete. So it must be used before commit to cancel the transactions or previous actions here. After commit, we cannot use this rollback command. Okay, so you're creating one table. So you're creating one table with the same columns here, serial number and the student name here. So you're adding 2 rows into the table, then we're using this commit command here. Okay, so again, what happens here? You're selecting that particular table. So when selecting the table, how many records we can find here?
2 records.
2 records. Yes. Creating one table, you are adding 2 records. Then we're using this commit 2 records you can able to find. So now again, what happens here? You are using your delete, your DML operation, one command like delete from the table name. So now what happens here when you're using delete from the table name?
Temporarily, it will be deleted.
How many records will be deleted?
One record.
One record. Again,
No,
got
two.
confused. One or entire
No,
record?
two. Entire.
Whatever you mentioned, like delete from the table
Wait,
name. In the
your
table,
condition is
how
not
many?
given.
You didn't give any condition here. So just you mentioned delete from the table name. In our table, how many records we are having? We are having only 2 records over here. Okay. So you use this delete instead of using update. You use this DML operation like delete over here. Okay. So now what happens? I made a mistake. It has been deleted. When I'm using the syntax, it has been deleted. Again, I want my previous, whatever the table was previously, I want the same structure here. So where we're using rollback here. So now we use this rollback. Now what happens here again if you're going to select the table here?
Yeah, 2 records will be.
2 records, right? Again it will show only 2 records. Don't get confused here. You can just observe here. I'll just execute in our SQL. So just understand how it is working, the concept here. Okay. Table has been created. So now we are adding 1 row. Again, we are adding the second row. Again, we are using the commit command here. Again, you are checking the table. So select staff from the student table here. So you can able to find 2 records here. Okay. So now again, deleting the record. Delete from the table name here. So 2 rows has been deleted. If you are going to check the table also, you can see no records will be there. Okay. Now again, we are using rollback. Rollback completed. Again, you are checking the table. So obviously what happens here? Previous transaction or previous action, it is deleting whenever we are using this rollback command here, right? In case, so now you observed here. So according to this particular according to our requirement, we mentioned we use this DML operation delete over here. Again, we use rollback. So obviously what happens? We are getting back the same record again, right? So this is one example. In this example itself, I use this delete over here now. Okay, now I'm using this delete command here. Okay, so now in our table, we are having 2 records here. Okay, so now just observe. So control enter. I deleted 2 records here. So now I'm using this commit. So now what happens in this case here? Commit
Row
completed.
will,
If
yes.
I'm going to do the rollback here, obviously you will get the message like rollback complete. But actually what happens in your table? You cannot able to find that record, right? So
Yeah,
once you done your
those are
DML
delete.
operation, it has been you are using this commit command. Instead of save only, here in SQL we are using this commit here. So it will say it will make the changes into the, it will save temporary, it will save permanently into your database here. So obviously what happens here after deleting, you are use this commit over here. Again, if you're going to use this rollback, you cannot able to get that records back here, right? Anybody having any doubts in this in this example here? So this is how we use this commit and rollback. Anybody having any doubts here? It is clear, right?
No.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go to the next one, that is the save point here. So next we are having the next comment like it is a save point over here. So save point, it is also a TCL comment over here. Okay. So it is used to create a marker in the current transaction here. So it is also used to divide the large transaction into a small transaction over here. So it is used to set a margin for rollback. So whenever we use this rollback comment over here, using the save point name, the actions will be cancelled up to that particular point here. Okay. So save point name must be unique here. Okay. So if you are going to define the same save point name here, previous save point will be replaced with a new save point here. So this new point will be considered as the save point, and previous save point, that is our old save point, will be gone. Okay. So to use this save point, we're having a syntax like it is a save point and the save point name. So it is a temporary only. It will not be saved into the database over here. So that we need to remember. Rollback will make the changes. Whereas when we're using this save point, what happens? It is only it is used only for the temporary purpose only. Otherwise, we can tell like a save points stored within that buffer only, not in the database here. Okay. So using the save point, the transaction can be discarded up to the marked by the using this rollback statement over here. Okay. So this is the save point. How we are going to use the save point here is that save point name. Okay. So in this, we are having a small example over here. So we are creating a table. So now you understood the concept, how to use this commit, how this rollback is working. Okay. So now we go to the save point here. So create table emp2 as select star from emp where 1 is equals to 2. So when 1 is equals to 2, what happens in this case here?
Table will be created without records.
Table will be created without the records here. Yes, it is clear, right? So after that, what happens here? You're creating your save point over here. Okay, after this table, you're creating the save point as save point 1 here. Okay, again, you're adding one particular record over here into the table. Okay, so according to the table, it is employee number, e-name, job. So we all know, right? When we're using this DML command, so for the entire columns, what in our entire table, in this entire table, what our columns it is, when you're going to mention all the values here, so obviously it will be added into the table over there. Okay. So for this particular, you are adding one new record. There you are setting one pointer like a save point AS2 over here. Okay. Again, you are adding another record over here. Insert into the table name over here, another record. So where you are setting like save point S3. Again, another record, your third record. So where you are setting like it is a save point S4 over here. Okay. So again, you are adding 5 records. Totally, it is 4 records over here. You can able to see 4 records. So save point for the table, you created one save point. So it shows as save point. Up to the third record, it shows like save point S4 here. Okay. After your fourth record, you are not creating any save point here. Okay. So that you didn't use any commit or rollback, you didn't use here. Okay. So you're just selecting the table. So how many records in my table I can able to find here now? Just I'm adding the record. Nowhere it is connected with a save point over here. Okay, you are just adding one record. For that, you're adding one record only. You're using this pointer as a save point over here. Okay, so when you're selecting the table, how many records we can able to find? We can able to find like 1, 2, 3, 4 records into the table over here. Okay, so now what happens here? We are using the rollback to S3. So rollback. So what is the work of the rollback here? It is used to cancel the previous actions or previous transactions over here. So when we're using like rollback up to S2, so how it will consider, whether it will cancel this 2 rows, it will show only the 2 rows into the table over here, or how it will consider now. You are setting a margin to the rollback up to which particular pointer we should cancel our records here. Okay, so where we are using rollback to S3. So for this, you didn't create any pointer, you didn't create here. So how it will consider now? So in our table, I'm having 4 records. So when I'm selecting select star from this table name, I'm having 4 records here. When I'm using the rollback,
Up to S3, 3 records will be get.
up to S3. Okay, we just, I hope we'll have the same table name. So we'll create the table name. First record, not enough values. What is the error it's showing? It shows as not enough values here. So it's employee number, e-name, job, next it is MGR, next is a hire date, next it is a salary over here, next what happens here? One column, we didn't enter one column. So someone has been added one column, I think so. They can able to see this, right? Or in our EMP table, they would have added. So that only, you can able to find that error, right? What is the error exactly? What is the error exactly?
Total all these.
Exactly what is there? I copied, I created one table from our EMP table, from our base table, I created one table. So obviously in our table, what happens? We'll be having only up to department number only. I think someone has been added one column over here, like it is the EH they have added. So how to delete that column, or how to
Using update command.
update? Using update, we can update. We want to delete.
Alter.
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 Table name.
Table name. So alter table. EMP table.
Delete. EH.
Mention column, delete column.
We'll use this delete. What we can use?
No. Drop.
We are having under alter. We are like it is add, modify. Next it is rename and drop over here. So we are going to use that drop command over here. When we are using this drop command, what happens here? Particular column will be dropped here, right? According to our concept. So it is alter table name, drop. Drop column name. This is the column name. This is the column name, right? So is it clear? So control enter. So our table has been altered here. So in our EMP table, you can able to find. So you cannot use directly EMP table. So why I used directly EMP table is we are going to copy from our base table, right? So if you delete from our table, obviously I need to make the changes. So now I made direct changes to my EMP table. So if you want to delete one particular column, we are using this drop column name over here, right? So now again, I'll create one table here. You can able to see only some columns here. If I'm going to add one record. So now after this, I will again say point S1. Okay, again I'm adding one record into the table here. So one row has been added. Second row has been added. So where we created the save point here. Save point up to S4. Now again. So now what happens here in this? We are having 4 rows over here. We are having 4 rows here. Okay. So in this we are having 4 rows here. So where we are using again, we are going to use this rollback to S3. So where I'm using this rollback to S3. Now what happens in this case here? So I've given this rollback also has been completed. So up to which row I can able to find in my table if I'm going to select. In my table, I'm having 4 rows. So rollback, what is the concept of the rollback? It is used to cancel the previous operations over here or transaction or previous actions here up to S3. So what is S3 here? So up to this S3 means I can able to find only one
Rows.
record here.
Only one record we can.
Only one record. So you'll be having one idea, right? So now what happens here? I given rollback to S3.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is S3 here? So for this table, it is showing as S1. Again, for this table, is showing as S2 here. Again, for this table, for this row only shows as save point S3. So obviously, what happens here? 2 records you can able to find here. For this one, for this table, you